Radio, a constantly changing art form. Marconi. Lakehurst, New Jersey.
Oh, the humanity.
The Mercury Theater.
This is Orson Welles, ladies and gentlemen.
The New World Order.
Hi, this is Casey Kasem.
From that first broadcast, a medium that has been pruned, honed, trimmed, winnowed, bonsaied, pruned, and deposited here today, ready to be moistened with the watering can of evolutionary dew. This is the Dennis Miller Show.
What's up, Hiroshi? Let's light this candle. It was a great joke somebody used to do where he said when he first moved to L.A., and I'm blanking on the kid's name. I wish I could give him credit. Not my joke, but I saw a young comedian one night talking about arriving in LAX for the first time and driving up to his house in West Hollywood where he was staying, and behind him the whole way in his rental car was a motorcycle cop blaring his siren like that. He never pulled over. The cop finally followed him into the driveway to his friend's home in the Hollywood Hills and said, "What are you, nuts? Why didn't you pull over?" And he said, "I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were a theme homosexual." What a great joke. Who said that? I can't remember.
I don't know. But
it's absolutely brilliant. We'll go back urban. Rob, Chicago. What's up?
Hey, Dennis, when I heard you were on the radio in Chicago in drive time, I ran to the radio faster than Rob Reiner to a Viennese table at a Beverly Hills bar mitzvah. That's how happy I was.
That is a solid construct you've put there together, Robbie. Good job.
That's my homage to you, Dennis.
I'm giving you a big thumbs up there. Richard Roper on the owl here.
I saw this cat on the Today Show.
Yeah, the death cat.
Yeah, the one who can predict when people are going to die.
Right.
He kind of curls up. This Kevorkian-like cat. Has anyone thought that maybe he is the cause of the death rather than the predictor? I mean, has anyone checked if this cat is like sitting on these people's throats or on their, on their face? And surprise, the patient is dead. I mean, maybe remove the cat and see if some of these people make it through the night.
Robbie, you got to promise me that you'll call once a week at least. That is absolutely hysterical. It might be an anaphylactic shock from dander.
That's right.
All right, Rob. We had not considered that, but I can see that takes a particular comedic slant which exists in your head. So please revisit it on our show soon. Absolutely great take from Rob in Chicago. God, that's funny. Let's go to Baltimore. We've got Richard, the Grand Unified Theory guy. Richard always pulls it all together for us. Big Dick in Baltimore, what's shaking?
Hey, Dennis and Sal, great to talk to you guys again.
Beautiful,
Thank you.
my friend.
Listen, Grand Unified Theory of the Week. We're hollowed from within and surrounded from without.
Wow.
With a capper here of let's stop talking about somehow and start talking about exactly how. Here's how I put it together. We've got a speculator class here. We're watching the market yesterday. There was a 2% correction. It's nothing real big, but it reminds me that when you fight a world war, you need strategic industries. What have we got? We seem to have a speculator class that runs stock prices, not operating companies. We seem to have weaker strategic industries that we need now, but we've got private equity firms kind of eating up companies, squeezing out the value, repackaging them and selling them out to the public market. And these guys are running speculation and not operating companies. Now, that's the internal situation. It doesn't seem like in the business leadership we have guys like Joe Arpaio. It was a great interview.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love Joe.
And then we're surrounded on the outside by some really serious people. China is not our friend, you know. We build all this R&D, and then for a nickel on the dollar, they steal it. I don't know if you saw the Mueller statement the other day about Chinese espionage being a very serious threat.
Mm-hmm.
And then Russia. Little notice that Russia is now a debt-free nation. They do not owe anybody anything. They're full of resources, and apparently the reports say that they're impeding our progress against Iran.
Debt-free and about to enter the free agent market. Thank you for the call, Richard, the Grand Unified Theory guy. Salmon?
Yeah.
Have you ever felt stupider? Every time I talk to Big Dick from Baltimore, I walk away feeling like a child. That guy is smart. I love the way he shoots it all through his prism each week. Thanks, Richard. Call us again. Richard and Rob, we've got a couple of Hell King crazy callers today, man. I love that stuff. Well, Stevie, Lennon murder truth guy. We've got a couple minutes here. We'll talk to Steve. Steve, what's up?
Hi, Dennis. Thanks.
How are you?
Oh, pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It's LennonMurderTruth.com, by the way. But I want to talk a little bit about the evidence for a change, if I could.
I thought it was LennonMurderTruth.org.
No, .com.
Ah, there's a conspiracy there.
I wanted to explain to the people what I found in a nutshell.
Well, listen, don't say nutshell. Some people are going to misread that. But go ahead. Tell us what you found. You got around a minute.
I found cryptography in the bold print headlines of Time and Newsweek for 4 months surrounding the murder. The headline above just elected Reagan, for example, the day of the murder, reads, "Who's in, who's out?" As he sits next to Nixon's book, which talked about why we got to kill people like John Lennon.
Now, Steve, did you actually... Well, let me talk to you here as we go through this, because people tend to hear you and they think, does he really mean that? So let me ask the question for him. Did you really find cryptography in Time and Newsweek, or is this like a little cottage industry, or do you really believe this?
Dennis, it's like an earthquake chart going off, a Richter scale.
Yeah.
When you find double-meaning innuendo, like Johnny comes marching home or kiss, kiss, bang, bang, ouch, ouch, you only find it surrounding the murder. And it's up to 75% of the headlines the week before the murder. It is cryptography. It's unmistakable, including Mark David Chapman's name and letter to the editor linking himself to Reagan as moving him armed with a gun into a hostile square 3 weeks before the murder, including the killer's face. None other than Stephen King, 3 months before the murder, advertised what he will look like, one great big Zippo lighter.
Stevie, can I tell you something, brother? We've had more grounded conversations. Today you're not even making sense to me, babe. But I wanted to give you your slot. You're a good, loyal caller. And now listen, out there amongst the madness, I hope that you're finding cryptography in your Arbitron rating book. Or do you have an Arbitron diary? You got cut off? Oh, Jesus. Well, put that dial tone up, because sometimes that makes a little more sense. Yeah. Than Stevie, the Lennon murder truth guy. I'm hoping that he's got a ratings diary. And I'm your friend, Stevie. Mark my name down. You got to embrace the day, my friends. You got kids, go hug them. You got a favorite food, go eat it. You got some movie you want to watch it. You got a hill you want to hike it. Because you got today, and you got to embrace it. So this is the Dennis Miller Show.
The Dennis Miller Show on Westwood One.